没完活呢。
These are grasshoppers.
又讲过了，这个保护。你看大一点的，吃饱了，喝足了，又看来我给讲过了。我们看。
Look how lovely they are. Nice big.
Grasshopper.
Oh.
Grasshopper.
I take a picture for you.
We saw the grasshopper yesterday.
Okay. Yeah, mother.
Female.
Father, mother.
Oh, couple.
Baby. Baby cricket. Father, mother, son. Oh.
That's tiny.
这是什么？洞房。
Wedding room.
Hello， 好的 cricket， 5个外国。
Ah, the little
So
house.
one cricket, good cricket, one cricket,
喝水吃饭
5
的。
wives for food.
Okay.
哎，这是他的家。
Food in there. The cricket.
His little pet cricket house.
Yeah,
哎，这是他的
exactly.
家这儿。
So the cricket house.
别让下去。
This is day 2 in Beijing. We arrived yesterday, but we were so jet lagged that we only just did a tiny amount of walking around. Anyway, this is day 2. We've arrived at the gate to the Temple of Heaven in Beijing. This is where the emperor used to pray sometimes 3 times a year for a good harvest. So this is the altar in the Temple of Heaven. You had 3 gates. The middle one is for the gods to go in. The right one is for the emperor. And then the very slightly smaller one on the left is for officials and other members of the royal family. So this stone is at the center of the Temple of Heaven and people are walking around it, bringing good luck 9 times they're walking around. This is the storehouse for keeping the tablets of the emperor and the gods. These are some of the tablets in the Temple of Heaven. Tablets for the moon and the wind gods and the rain and thunder gods. Some of these trees outside the Temple of Heaven are 300 years old or more. This one is almost 600 years old.
Getting warmer. Yeah.
So this is the temple of the harvest god. About 1420, where they came, this is the earlier of the temples, to pray for a good harvest. So we're just having a Tai Chi lesson in the park, beautiful park.
这不上下吗？上面这儿到这儿保护你这块，
Oh, so this hand protect this part.
Okay.
这是保护底的。
So this hand
你看，你
protect.
总有在上面要下边，哎，所以你凡是上面那个手，就是保护你上面，底下这手保护你底下，啊，所以这保护的，啊，为什么？你看，当对方打你上面的时候，哎，你看划过来了。
So this meeting of people here, this is for the older generation, the older parents, to find boyfriends and girlfriends for their children. They put these adverts on the floor. It's like a dating site. Every day, apparently. This is our restaurant. We've just made it to the Summer Palace, and this is the entrance. Absolutely heaving with people. This is called Family Bankruptcy Rock, because it bankrupted the man that took it from the mountains. It took so long, and then the emperor got it back once he went bankrupt. As you can see, the crowds are incredible. That's a temple on the hill there, the Summer Palace. So on this beautiful bridge, we've got elderly men flying their kites. It's the end of our second day, and we're just heading out now this evening to watch a show, acrobatics and dancing and waterfalls. So here we are, we're just going into the Forbidden City, day 3. The gateways to the Forbidden City. So we've entered the Forbidden City. This is the first gate once you're inside. This is the big courtyard.
哦，就可以了是吧？
This is the main entrance hall where the emperor took visitors from officials. So this is a feasting hall. They had feasts here to celebrate various events. With dancing and music, wine. There's lots of these huge cauldrons. They were used to store water in case there was a fire. They were covered in gold plate, but the Japanese and English forces who came here over the hundreds of years have scraped it off with their bayonets. You can see the scrape markings. You can dress up as the emperor if you want to. This is the top of the wall that goes around the Forbidden City.
And it's really long.
And you can see how large this area is just for the royal household. It's so massive. This is Tiananmen Square. You can fit 1 million soldiers into it. It's absolutely enormous. Managed to get on the Beijing. We just managed to get on the Beijing Underground. Seems okay so far. So here's the cable car going up to the Great Wall. Today we've made it to the Great Wall of China, about 2.5 miles, no, 2.5 hours north of Beijing. We just got a cable car up and that's why I'm shaking.
Come and have your picture taken.
Yeah, so you can see that is a watchtower, you know,
Yeah.
soldiers.
What do you think, Isla?
Amazing.
You found a cricket here? Ah, also here. have a grasshopper.
Okay.
Last time one was here. Yeah. Here you can see the which year we were born. You can find your animal. Yeah, 1973. Oh, yeah. Oh, good.
So here's a little shop in one of the watchtowers.
Subedi? No, that is not Subedi. That is also burial wall.
Okay.
Yeah, you can see from here. Yeah, from here look like the people, right?
So this is our favourite dinner so far. It's sort of like all in one meal. And you get all of that. You get a little soup, a salad, and chicken and dessert. It's really good and it's only 10 quid. So today we're leaving Beijing and we're catching a train. We're just going to the railway station to a place called Datong. Datong. So where are we now?
On the train.
From Beijing to Datong. This is our cabin. It's fantastic.
And there's beds upstairs.
6-hour journey.
Show them the beds.
So this is our train dinner. Sort of beefy, chickeny, lamby pork thing. Unknown origin.
Ed. Yeah, cross that one. Yeah, that's it. Dot.
So we arrived by train today to Datong, which has got this sort of rebuilt ancient wall of the old city, which is huge. We just walked up to the top of it. It's very cold here tonight. This is the view from our hotel, Datong. So we're just in Detong and we've come to the grotto, the Buddhist grottos. We're just walking up to it now, it's very cold. This is future Buddha. Buddha of future. So about 1,500 years ago, Detong, this town that we came to, city, used to be the capital of China, and this mountain, it was capital for about 95 years. This mountain up here was a holy mountain where the emperor used to come and pray for rain, and that's why all the statues are built into it. These are the start of the caves. There's about 94 caves. These ones behind me, these were built around 410, something like that. AD, I suppose.
哪儿呢？哪没有不是？那也有，也有。哦，那个呀。
This road that runs in front of the caves was the end of the original Silk Road. We're only about an hour's drive from central Mongolia, which is north of here. And this was also called the Tea Road because so much tea was exported on this road going up to Russia and Mongolia. So this is what the original frontage of the caves was like, with these wooden structures in front to protect the fronts. So these little things are called, they're baby dragons because they like eating fire, and that means the wooden structure would be protected because the baby dragons eat anything. Riding on the walls, on top of the walls around Detong. They rebuilt these ancient walls. Who's driving? Well done. This is the center of the old town, Detong. So today we're driving down to a place called Pinggao, which takes about 5 hours. It's a long drive, but we've just stopped off halfway to this pagoda that dates back to 1053. So it's a Buddhist temple built by a nomadic tribe, 1053 or 1056, made of wood. It's the only Buddhist pagoda in China. One of the protectors to the Buddhist temple. The pagoda was built for 3 reasons. Firstly, to hold the Buddha's teeth, which hopefully I'll get a picture of. Secondly, because 3 of the daughters from this town married emperors, and it was to celebrate that. And the third, I can't remember. So here we have a petrol, what do you call it, a motorway stop-off. So this is something a lot of the Chinese eat. It's like a sort of big hot noodle. And you can add things like vegetables if you want, hot sauces, various things. Pretty nice. We've just arrived in Pingao and we've got an electric car into the ancient city because they don't let normal cars in. There's Isla and Ray. Where are we now?
Pingao.
What do you think of it?
Brilliant, amazing, amazing.
So this is what we're eating tonight.
I'm not eating it.
Well, the adults. It's like a hot pot with, it's very tasty. It's got oats noodles in it. Very tasty indeed. Every night they do a performance at 8 o'clock on the south gate of Pingao. Pretty impressive. this is our hotel. We'll just do a walkthrough. Beautiful hotel, about 1700s it was built as a family home. There's fish in there. Then going into our room. We've just come to Confucius Temple in Pangao, and we're going to look around this temple. There's loads of old buildings here dating back to medieval times or pre-medieval. Now we've got a bell and we're going to bang it for luck. This man's making noodles.
去过房来2位，进来看看吧。
This is an ancient family house. So it's our last day in Pingao and we've just come for some paper cutting lesson to learn the art of origami. So we've just rented an electric sort of scooter robot thing and Isla's driving. Look out! You driving, Isla? Blade Runner.
I am the brother of laughter. Ha ha ha.
These are vinegar shops. Their speciality in this area is vinegar, different types of vinegar. Flavoured apples or nuts or... Very nice. We had some with a meal. Pour it on like soy sauce. It's our last meal in Pingao and we've come to this restaurant. This is our beef hot pot. Tasty stew, medieval. A spot of after dinner foot nibbles. Isla, how are you getting on with the foot nibble? This morning we're up early and we're going from Pingao train station to Tsing, It takes about 3 hours. So we've just come to the Wild Goose Pagoda just outside Jiang. It was built in 648 AD to hold some Buddhist scriptures that were brought from India by a famous monk. We're getting a lot of this, people photographing Isla. They absolutely love it. I think it's her goldy hair. This is called the Street of Never Sleep. The most amazing thing is that you just wouldn't think that we were in communist China. It's a keyboard street.
This pit, it is arranged like a battle formation. Battle formation. And in front, the three lines of the warrior, they are the vanguard. And on both sides, another side, you see the first line of the warrior, they faces to that direction. And another way faces to that direction because they are all the flanks. So the vanguard and the flank, they were in charge for protecting the whole army. Right. The whole army, yeah. So the horses, you see the horses there? Yes. Because originally there was a war chariot. Right, yeah. Because the chariot just made of that the wood. Okay. So 2,000 years later, the wood already vanished, already gone. So only the clay things, I mean the warriors, horses, they are just made of the clay. So the clay things left. So, and here you could see the partition, I mean the walls, they are just the 10 corridor, the 10 walls that's just separated the warriors into 11 rows, And actually the partition is a kind of the support. I mean,
okay, so they don't get crushed.
Originally covered.
Okay.
Originally covered with the woods, the logs, and then the fiber mat, and on the top with that the soil.
All right.
Yes, it is covered, and in the front here there is the entrance. So originally here is look like a cave. It is covered 5 meters deep. So you could see the bricks paved, and they are all just originally paved from 2,000 years ago. So in the front, that is just the entrance at that time for bringing the warriors and the horses inside.
Okay.
Yeah. So after here, the pit one is finished, they just block the entrance.
So apparently the general, after the emperor died, broke into these caves where these soldiers were, and he stole all the metal weaponry, and he also set fire to sections of it. That's why there's some burning. The emperor wasn't liked, apparently. So the original warriors, apart from one, were all smashed. They were all smashed over time. So they've all been pieced together. So these were made 220 BC, and 700,000 people were used to make them. And then apparently all put to death afterwards to keep the secret. So these are the commanders in a separate pit having a long time meeting. And they're also on bricks, standing on bricks.
So they will ask that the chariot, yes, the cavalryman to give the order to the pit 2 and then the pit 1. So the sloping entrance.
These are the cavalry. The chariot is rotted down. You can just see the horses, pretty impressive horses. So this is the only fully intact surviving soldier that survived. The archer, it was in the center of the archer's formation.
Archer, and he has no armor. Yeah, he is the one always standing outside of the whole army.
These are some of the weapons that were unearthed. So here's some of the original colouring. This is the original colouring I think the archer had. So these were 2 bronze chariots that were found at the foot of the Emperor's tomb, half size. This is the chariot of the Emperor that went behind the first chariot. So we've just come into the Muslim quarter of Jing. We've got lamb's feet, and it's a slightly different vibe. Very interesting though. Sheep's feet. These are all the makes of cigarettes they have out here. This chap makes cigarettes. Loads of these squids for sale. Squids on a stick. Right, so it's our last night in Beijing. We fly back to England tomorrow. We've learned 2 words in Chinese. Ni hao, which is hello, and zixian, which is hello, which is thank you. Is that right? Yeah, which is thank you. So we're off tomorrow. We're about to order our food. Yes, I'll have pig's intestines, please, with some deer tendons. Rare. Thank you.